Good evening. This is the Vsb TV 11 News for Tuesday, April 8th. I'm Peter Cattell. Our top story. As the world's media reports the OBA government's decision not to allow a Canadian TV crew to film a documentary on the 1996 murder of Rebecca Middleton, the Bermuda Media Council has responded to requests by issuing a statement on the decision. Released last night, it states that at the heart of this issue is the horrific, violent death of a young female, Rebecca Middleton, and for that reason it feels it is inappropriate to comment on the specifics of retelling this story or speculating on what value it may or may not bring. What it will say is that, as a matter of principle, it is opposed to any government action that inhibits the movements and/or legitimate functions of bona fide journalists, whether they be local or from overseas. The latest major newspapers to pick up on an Associated Press wire on the Middleton ban are the UK Mirror, the Jamaica Observer, and the Ottawa Citizen. Her Majesty the Queen has sent a personal message of condolence in relation to the passing of former Premier Sir David Gibbons on Sunday, March 30th. Her message reads, "I was saddened to learn of the death of Sir David Gibbons. He played an important part in Bermuda's development, both as a business leader and as Premier. I send my condolences to Lady Gibbons, his family, and the people of Bermuda." The HSBC Bank Bermuda had an immediate and encouraging response today when told by VSB News that rumors of a bank pullout from St. George was in the cards, following its alleged decision not to renew the lease of its historic Town Square branch office. The bank spokesperson replied, "HSBC Bank Bermuda Limited has a strong commitment to the St. George's community and our customers. The building, currently occupied by HSBC, is in fact owned by the bank. Therefore, while we from time to time review all of our operations, we look forward to continuing to service our customers in St. George's for the foreseeable future." An altercation involving a woman assaulting a man took place last night on Court Street just before midnight. The victim, a 34-year-old man, was leaving a liquor license premises on Court Street when a 27-year-old woman, along with other individuals, confronted him following a disagreement. The woman began cursing at the victim and then began punching him. She then head-butted the victim twice in the nose and mouth areas, resulting in the man having to be treated at the hospital for nasal bone fracture and other facial injuries. An active investigation into the incident is underway, and police are appealing to anyone who may have seen the assault to contact police at 295-0011. Bermuda's shopkeepers enjoyed a 1.4% increase in sales in February as consumers spent $71.2 million on retail goods during the month. Motor vehicle retailers registered the largest increase in sales of 42.3%, while in contrast, retailers of apparel reported the largest decrease of 5%. Residents returning to the island declared purchases valued at $3 million, way down on the previous February. For a change, building materials rose 0.2%, while gross receipts at tourist-related stores weakened by 44.8%, due partly to declines in jewelry sales. Sales for boat and marine supplies rose 12.1%, while liquor stores saw gross receipts climb 8.2%. SCARS, the anti-sexual abuse charity, today announced that the Anglican Church of Bermuda has become the island's first denomination to ensure its representatives are certified to prevent, recognize, and respond appropriately to child sexual abuse. Bishop Nicholas Dill led the team of current and retired clergy from all of the parishes of the diocese for the Darkness to Light Steward of Children training sessions, and later he said he found it enlightening and extremely helpful. The Bermuda Diocese of the Anglican Church has committed to incorporating the training into its policies, codes, and formal procedures as it works with hundreds of children each week within its congregations, Sunday schools, clubs, and school programs. There are also plans to extend the SCARS training to youth leaders, Sunday school teachers, and volunteers in order to address the devastating issue of the sexual abuse of children. This will be implemented by a trained team led by Wayne Hackman, the chair of the Diocesan Youth and Children's Committee, as well as the Youth Minister of Pembroke Parish, who is now a qualified SCARS facilitator. SCARS has certified over 1,150 individuals, including representatives from Mount Zion AME Church, the First Baptist Church, and the Shekinah Worship Center. Led by Premier Craig Cannonier and a strong government delegation, over 200 Bermuda representatives will be flying to Denver, Colorado later this month to play a major role in the annual RIMS conference, the largest insurance conference in the world. Seeing that the Bermuda message gets across will be the revitalized Bermuda Business Development Agency, led by its new CEO, Bermudian David Cash.
Our mandate is to help promote the growth of business in Bermuda, both the growth of existing businesses and to attract new businesses to the island. And so at an event like this, we will help the existing industry present themselves in the best light. We run a large reception that would have great attendance from clients. We help with promotional materials. We help schedule interviews. And those are all things that support the existing business, help the business grow. But we'll also be talking to insurance companies that aren't doing business in Bermuda and probably should be doing business in Bermuda. And we'll try to attract them to set up operations on the island, and that's something that it doesn't involve a client, an insurance client. It involves someone who has a company of whatever it is, a couple hundred, 300 staff. And when we talk to them, we say, look, you can't really expect to be a leader if you don't have a presence in Bermuda. So let us encourage you to come down to Bermuda. We'll introduce you to all the key players here, be it the BMA, members of government, the immigration team, or some of your peer companies. And let's start a dialogue about moving you and some of your staff to the island.
This wonderful link with the government, sending the Premier and others to be the Bermuda team, has a tremendous impact on the actual delegates, doesn't it?
It works. You know, we're seeing, particularly in the financial services area, be it insurance, reinsurance, or for that matter, asset management, people are very sensitive to the idea that they want to do business with domiciles that are credible and respected. And it's one of those things where credibility it's a hard one to define, but being able to meet the different players from Bermuda helps reinforce that. And we show well on the road. And so I think what you're going to see is over time there'll be a steady move of businesses, be it insurance or reinsurance business, or for that matter other financial service businesses, to those domiciles that can claim to be of the highest quality. And so the work the BMA has done over time, achieving regulatory equivalence in Europe, really matters. The work that we've done in other areas, be it asset management or some of the other areas that are kind of financially focused, just sort of reinforces the point that we're a domicile that does things properly. And that for companies doing business in the island, that takes away a risk, the risk that their domicile will go away. Yeah. So be it sort of so we're pressing the flesh, or having pretty technical conversations about the capabilities in the island, either within the companies or within government or the BMA. Those all are important ways for us to sell our country.
It's a huge team, isn't it? I think it must be one of the biggest.
It is very large. The largest number comes obviously from industry. So we'll have 20 to 30 companies represented there. Each of them will typically take anywhere from sort of 4 to 10 people. They'll do a lot of work with their own clients, and then they'll do work supporting the BDA effort and the Bermuda government effort. Yeah. And so it's really a measure of how many clients are there that we have so many people there.
Save $1 on your choice of Bermuda-grown romaine or green leaf lettuce, only $2.49 per package. Save $1.50 per pound on fresh Purdue chicken thighs value packs, only $1.99 per pound. Great savings of 90 cents on an imported dozen white eggs, only $2.59. Bluebonnet margarine sticks, 1 pound box, only $1.59. Big savings of $1.10 on Atlantic sugar, 4-pound bag, only $2.69. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
Noah's Ark Feed and Supply at Marsh Lane, Devonshire, with the best selection of pet supplies in Bermuda. Tropical fish enthusiasts will find everything for building the perfect aquarium, large or small. Noah's Ark can feed your pets with quality brand name foods, as well as providing them with nutritional supplements and grooming supplies to keep them looking and feeling their best. Don't forget playtime. Your dogs, cats, birds, and other family favorites will love the toys and activity items too. Noah's Ark Feed and Supply, #1 on every animal lover's list, open till 6 nightly.
gentle reminder from the Office of the Tax Commissioner. It's tax time again. Taxpayers are reminded that payroll tax returns and corporate service tax returns for the quarter ending 31st March 2014 are due on or before Tuesday, 15th of April 2014. Hotel occupancy tax returns for the month ended 31st March 2014 are also due on or before Tuesday, 15th of April 2014. Full payment must accompany returns, otherwise penalties will apply. Taxpayers who are currently eligible for payroll tax relief under the retail, restaurant or hotel concessions must also file completed returns on or before the deadline. Failure to do so will result in penalties. For more information, visit www.taxbermuda.gov.bm or call 297-7807, 297-7750 or 297-7751, making your taxes a little less taxing.
Losing a life partner or a spouse can bring great sadness to a person, and experiencing this firsthand is what led Michelle Firquan to launch a support group for widows in Bermuda called Widows Wear Stilettos. The organization was founded in the U.S., and newly formed Bermuda chapter is focused on empowering widows. Ms. Firquan spoke with VSB's Julia Smatt about the organization.
I realized that there's nothing here in Bermuda geared for widows, that a cross-section of widows, old and young. So I thought it imperative and necessary to open up something on the island where we can meet and encourage one another, educate one another, and empower one another through this next phase in our life.
So can you tell me about your personal experiences of being a widow, and what it sort of being a part of the organization, how it's helped you to heal?
Sure. Well, we're a relatively new organization, but as far as my story is concerned, I was married for almost 14 years. I have 3 children, and it was a tragic accident that took my husband. So it was a shock. You know, you go through that, and you go through the grieving process, and you go through, you know, you have family and friends around you that help during that process. But as I mentioned, as you know, as the once the funeral finishes, and once the phone call stops, once the macaroni and cheese doesn't come anymore, you know, you have to wake up the next day, and you have this new life that you didn't ask for, and it's a what next kind of, you know, what do I do next? We are a group that does empower and educate, and therefore we have a series of programs this year where we are going to do makeovers for some of those who don't feel like they're, you know, their self-esteem is a bit low. We also have partnered with some of the financial institutions. We're going to do financial planning. We're going to do wills. We're going to do estates. We're going to do a couple of private fashion shows. We're going to do some bowling nights, and you know, it's just going to be holistic for everyone. So it's not just, you know, sitting around and crying about our loss.
Widows Wear Stilettos will be hosting a brunch this Sunday at 11 a.m. The location has not yet been decided. But for more information on how to become a part of Widows Wear Stilettos, you can like their page on Facebook or email www.bermuda@gmail.com. Libraries are full of exciting and informative books, and next week Bermuda College will be hosting a library expo titled A Day in the Life of Libraries. Librarians will be showcasing the technology and books available at libraries across the island. Senior Library Assistant Shirlene Swan Casey told VSB News about the important role that libraries play in society.
Because we have so many libraries across the island, lots of people and students don't realize that it's all kinds of careers in library work, and it's not just, well, I have to go work in a public library or an academic library. We're going to have KEMH, going to have their medical librarians here. We're having the Bermuda National Museum, well, the Maritime Museum as it was called. We're having the Bermuda Aquarium and Zoo. They have a library. So we're trying to bring the into focus that people know that there are libraries across the island. the lower libraries, they're not open to the public, but lots of people don't realize that they actually do need librarians. So for any students looking for careers, there are careers in librarianship in practically all businesses today, and most people are not aware. So in the event that we just want them to be exposed, and the TB and cancer, they also have a library, and they're going to be here to represent themselves. And as we said, we're aiming it at the middle schools and secondary schools just in case they are looking for careers, but we also want the public to realize that in this digital age, they can come into libraries and learn, because we are also open ourselves to the public. But they would have to become a member, not like our students. Our students are just automatically part of the tuition. But for public members can come in and learn how to use the computer. Because even though all of us are into social media, we've got iPads and cell phones and everything, not everybody is there, and libraries are becoming like the third place, whether it's home and it's work, but they can come to the library and study, or they don't realize that I could get any information I need from a librarian.
Leading a healthier lifestyle is easier than you may think. It is currently Public Health Week, and the theme is Building a Healthier Bermuda. Dr. Joy Dubost offered some advice for people who are keen to incorporate being healthy into their daily life.
It's an equation. It's about physical activity and being up and active. And that doesn't mean always, working out, but it's just being up and mobile and really just moving more. And so I think in Europe, they're very active there. They do have obesity rates that are on the rise there as well. But the folks there really incorporate physical activity into their everyday lives.
So what are some tips to people in Bermuda about how they could get healthier?
Sure. So first off, move more. Get up from your desk. Walk just a couple minutes every hour. Take a walk at lunchtime. Take a walk with your family. Dance in the living room. Have fun with it, because the more you enjoy it, the more you're going to want to do it. And then again, on the other side of the equation about your healthy eating plan, really focus on incorporating more fruits and vegetables. We all don't get enough of fruits and vegetables. They're a great source of nutrients. They're low in calories. Focus on incorporating more whole grains into your diet. Half your grains should be whole grains. Lean proteins, lean cuts of meat, as well as low-fat dairy. Those are really the base components of a healthy diet.
Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. World equity markets steadied on Tuesday after 3 days of losses, and the U.S. dollar weakened to its lowest level in more than 5 months against a basket of peers. U.S. stocks rose, with the Nasdaq index rebounding from its worst 3-day drop since 2011, as technology shares from Google to Facebook and eBay rallied. Shares of Butterfield Bank rose 1.02% to $1.99 as 19,500 shares traded on the Bermuda Stock Exchange. Shares of Summers Limited were unchanged as 300 shares traded at $12.25. 10 shares of Ascendant Group traded unchanged at $7.65. European markets ended lower as investors weighed escalating tension between the U.S. and Russia over the future of Ukraine. The FTSE 100 fell 0.49%, and Germany's DAX lost 0.21%. Pacific Rim indices were mixed on Tuesday. China's stocks climbed on speculation the government will take further steps to bolster economic growth. The Shanghai Composite rose 1.92%. Most Latin American indices ended the day higher. Brazil's Vsb fell on speculation that gains spurred by an erosion in political support for President Dilma Rousseff may have been excessive. Treasuries rose, pushing 10-year note yields lower after the U.S. sale of $30 billion in 3-year debt attracted a higher-than-expected demand from investors. 10-year yields fell 2 basis points to 2.68%. The U.S. dollar was weaker against major trading peers as a threat of more stimulus from European Central Bank dissipated and UK industrial output exceeded expectations. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after the break.
Perfect for your fish cakes, Ocean's Finest Codfish, only $6.99 for a 400-gram bag. Save $1.50 per pound on fresh green beans, only $2.49 per pound. Save 95 cents on Hunt's Ketchup 35-ounce squeeze bottle, only $2.49. Snack on Wise potato chips, only $1.49 for a 3.75-ounce bag. Your choice of regular, diet, cherry, or zero Coca-Cola soda, only $4.99 for a six-pack. All stores open until 10 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Buying a new bike? Go with the company that offers brand name quality and great after-sales service. Oleander Cycles. Whether you're a daily commuter looking for a reliable ride or business owner sourcing wheels for your delivery team, you'll find bikes to suit your needs at Oleander Cycles. Oleander carries quality bikes from respected manufacturers PGO and TGB, and a full line of accessories from helmets to top boxes and baby seats. Just as important as the bike is the service behind it. Oleander delivers with 7-day-a-week service in our 4 locations, same-day service with appointment, an extensive inventory of parts, and a 6-month warranty on new bikes. Visit our Hamilton or Paget showroom today. Best bikes, best service, Oleander Cycles.
Health care matters, and building a new facility would just add to the care of the citizens.
Because we should all be provided with the best services Bermuda hospitals can offer.
Up-to-date innovative technology and care is the very essence of quality life.
For all the reasons why healthcare matters, we hope you'll consider donating to the Bermuda Hospitals Charitable Trust. Visit our website, whyitmatters.pm, or call 295-2428.
Bermuda's Fed Cup have arrived safely in Puerto Rico and are gearing up for opening round action tomorrow. The draw for Group 2 and the captain's meeting was slated for today. The Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association's re-elected president, Coleridge Place, spoke to Mike Sharp about the Fed Cup and tennis in general.
Yes, we have our Fed Cup team there, which Terry Smith is the coach of, and due to our national training program, it's a lot of excitement in that team down there, because actually they're taking 3 extra players as guest players to just look at how the tournament actually runs and operates. So I think that's great for our development. So because of national training, this has allowed us to, and part about it, the ladies have raised the money themselves, so it's been excellent.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have had some assistance. I understand you've got some sponsors along the way here, but to be able to take 3 extra at a critical time in the economic situation worldwide, I think it speaks volumes for the BLTA.
Yes, and I think that the young ladies should be commended on the way how they went out and done the fundraising program. And like I said, going along with what Aspen has been doing for us for national training, the BLTA is very proud of these athletes for their accomplishments.
Yeah. David Skinner from Aspen, BLTA president, Coleridge Place, spoke very highly of your involvement with sponsoring all of the training squads, and you've been doing so for a while. How did you get involved and make a decision to sponsor NSUB like that?
Well, we're delighted to be part of the partnership with the BLTA and with others around the island, but it was kind of an easy decision when David Lambert first approached us when he was the BLTA president and was looking for sponsorship and partnership and support for this national training program. We jumped on board immediately. I mean, tennis is such a great sport to develop the values, sportsmanship, skill development, discipline, all values that we believe in at Aspen, and we're very happy to provide a constructive outlet for youth in Bermuda to pursue that.
Yeah. Is it just tennis, or are there other ventures that you're involved with, maybe not involved with sport?
Oh, there are quite a few. There's a broad range of community support activities, which is just part of, we think, doing our bit as a good corporate citizen. But tennis is one of the key ones in the sporting world, so we're very happy to be involved with that.
A gentle reminder from the Office of the Tax Commissioner. It's tax time again. Taxpayers are reminded that payroll tax returns and corporate service tax returns for the quarter ending 31st March 2014 are due on or before Tuesday, 15th of April 2014. Hotel occupancy tax returns for the month ended 31st March 2014 are also due on or before Tuesday, 15th of April 2014. Full payment must accompany returns, otherwise penalties will apply. Taxpayers who are currently eligible for payroll tax relief under the retail, restaurant or hotel concessions must also file completed returns on or before the deadline. Failure to do so will result in penalties. For more information, visit www.taxbermuda.gov.bm or call 297-7807, 297-7750 or 297-7751, making your taxes a little less taxing.
Choose to be healthy, Bermuda. Get out there and exercise with a sunscreen, hat, and shirt on every day. Eat healthy, don't smoke, and check your brown spots once a month to detect skin cancer early. Anything growing darker, bigger, jagged borders needs to be checked. Wear your sunscreen, hat, and shirt every day. Be sun safe, Bermuda.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Our weather shot is brought to us by Rosita Ball, taken this morning at Horseshoe Bay. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful morning. Barely a cloud in the sky, just a couple off in the horizon. Gorgeous blue skies. Breezy today. You can see, look closely on the water. There's white caps off into the distance. But an absolutely gorgeous day. It's starting to look more and more like summer. Thank you, Rosita, for sending this shot in. And temperatures for today, with a high of 74 at 2 in the afternoon and a low of 69 at 7 in the morning. Current conditions, 69 degrees, humidity 75%, wind southerly 18 knots, and barometric pressure is unsteady at 30.12 inches. Rainfall index for the month of April, 0.99 for a yearly total of 20.08. So pretty wet for the year, 5 inches above the yearly normal of 15.76 inches. And looking at the satellite, southerly winds will be strong at times through tonight, well ahead of a cold front. Winds continue to strengthen Wednesday with occasional gusts reaching gale force. Showers then develop later tomorrow with a chance of thunder as the front moves through the area late at night. Fair weather returns Thursday as high pressure builds in from the west. And looking at the gateway cities, Atlanta, sunny, 67, Boston, partly cloudy and 52, Charlotte, partly cloudy, 69, London, partly cloudy, 61, Miami, 80 and mostly sunny, New York, 57, mostly sunny, Orlando, 78, partly cloudy, Philadelphia, mostly sunny and 60, Toronto, partly cloudy, 48, and Washington, partly cloudy and 63 degrees. Back at home tonight, mostly cloudy with a low near 66, wind southerly 18 to 24 knots, and then increasing to 22 to 28 knots. Tomorrow, cloudy, showers developing in the evening with a chance of thunder and a high near 75. Wind southerly at 24 to 30 knots with gusts up to 45 knots, then veering northwest and decreasing 16 to 22 knots overnight. Marine tonight, of course, we have small craft warning. Seas inside the reef 0 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef 4 to 6 feet. And the sea surface temperature is 69 degrees. Marine tomorrow, small craft warning continues with seas inside the reef 2 to 3 feet. Seas outside the reef 6 to 9 feet. High tide will be at 11:20 in the morning and low tide will be at 5:10 in the afternoon. And looking at the 5-day forecast. Thursday, mostly cloudy with a few morning showers, breezy, high near 69. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 70. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud, high near 72. Sunday, partly cloudy with a high near 71. Thank you to Jeff Torgerson, our meteorologist for tonight, and new guy Rob down at the Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sodden. Have a great evening.
Thanks for tuning in to the TV11 News. We'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire, courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited. Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sodden, provided by Gibbons Company. Vsb TV 11, Bermuda.